Hi, Louise, Spiral Bright Insight. So I have been asked if I would do a video about protecting your energy, which is really important if you are an empath or you are very psychically open, or if you are working in energy or with energy in any way. It's really, really important that you know how to protect your energy field. But sort of what goes hand in hand with that is a technique called grounding. And I believe that you can't really do one without the other. So I want to talk about both in this video. So basically, if you sort of think of us human beings in our bodies as energetic beings, you know, every cell in our body is alive, and there are currents of different frequencies running through our body at all times. So when we talk about grounding our energy, what we're doing is we're talking about making a connection with the earth and making contact with the energies that are running and flowing through the planet, which is also a living being and completely alive and full of cells that have electrical and frequency charges within them. So what happens when we are, particularly if we're working with energy, but just general, this affects us all, the electric charges can build up in our bodies. And if that happens over time and it's not released and neutralized, then we can experience physical symptoms such as pain, sort of restriction of movement. Also, it can affect ourselves on a mental and emotional level, so we can experience anxiety and depression, and generally just not feel that good in ourselves. So if we are incorporating a grounding sort of technique into our day-to-day lives, this helps us to neutralize all those energies that are built up in the body, and it helps to bring us back into a sort of a calm state, much more balanced, much more solid, much more supported. And it can also help us with our energy levels as well. It's like sort of, yeah, a restoration practice, if you like. It is particularly important if you are, or believe you are, a starseed and you're watching this. It's really important that you know how to ground your energy, because that is one of the roles that we are here to do, because we are carrying different energy codes. Not that they're better or worse, but we have particular frequencies that we are carrying within our physical bodies, and we are actually here to ground those into the planet, because the planet needs that energy, as do a lot of the people that we come into contact with. So it's really important that you do that regularly and you make it part of sort of, you know, your daily commitment. So it's not difficult to do, you will be glad to hear. There's many different ways of doing it, but I just wanted to share a few. I wanted to say, if there are any that you know of that I miss, please do sort of put them in the comments so that other people can read them as well. The benefits of grounding regularly, so we can reduce anxiety and depression, we can improve our circulation and the flow of energy in our bodies. So if there's anything that gets blocked or stuck, it becomes much easier for your body to sort of try and clear that. It can affect our energy levels in a very positive way, and also help to reduce inflammation and even pain. So definitely worth doing, and it is in the most part free of charge, or it can be, depending on which sort of technique you resonate with. So there are lots of there's lots of ways you can do it. I would say the most simple and free of charge way to do it is if you have access to outside and a piece of land where there's some grass or even some bare earth. You just need to go outside, take your shoes and socks off, and literally stand on the earth, and you can visualize your energy connecting with the energy of that earth. So that is the most the simplest way to do it. Being out in nature is very grounding, because obviously if you're in nature, you're going to be standing on the earth, although I would normally have my shoes and socks on if I go out for a walk, but still just being around the plants and trees is very grounding. You can actually get things called grounding or earthing mats, which I've never actually tried myself, but I know a lot of people swear by them, and you can put them under your sort of mattress, or if you sit at a desk, you can put them under your feet, and I've heard really good things about them, but I haven't ever tried one. Doing anything that's going to bring you into your body and make you fully present, so for example yoga practice, or any kind of conscious movement, dancing, you know, anything that you are actually doing with awareness of being inside your body is very grounding, because it's all about being embodied and coming back into yourself. There are oils that you can use that are very grounding, and in particular a lot of the kind of fir tree-based oils like cypress, sandalwood, fir, those sort of ones, and vetiver, and is another one really good if you have access to essential oils. Also crystals, there's quite a few grounding crystals that you can get, and you can either carry them with you in your pocket. Some people like to put them in their underwear, in your bra, or a little vest top or something, so you've got them next to you. Or obviously you can get crystals in jewellery form, so wearing rings or necklaces or however you choose, that's a really good way. And it's things like hematite. Galena is one that I actually have under my bed, but that's lead based, so you have to be careful if you don't touch it. And yeah, tourmaline, there's lots of different ones. Again, just have a look on, you know, do an internet search and you'll find lots and lots of articles about that. The other way to do it, which again is free of charge if you've got time, is using visualization. And the most effective way is to imagine, so if you stand or sit with your feet flat on the ground and just take some deep breaths, bring yourself back, make sure that you're fully present, and then just imagine that your feet, as they make contact with the ground, that there are roots coming out of your feet, going down through the floor, down through the ground, and into the Mother Earth. They can go quite far down. When I was taught it, I was told to visualize like a crystal in the center of Mother Earth, and so the roots would go all the way down and wrap themselves around this crystal to really sort of engage your energy into Earth. But yeah, the tree, imagining your tree, is a really powerful, effective and very simple technique. So that is about grounding. Now, when we come to talking about protection, why would you want to protect your energy? Well, if you are open, very intuitive, very sensitive, have heightened psychic awareness, you are going to be you're going to probably have a much brighter light than maybe some other people do, and you are going to be a magnet for all sorts of different energies. Now, we can't always, I personally can't see energy, or not a lot. Some people can, but when you're working with energy, it is very, very easy to take on thought forms, attachments, even there can be sort of souls sort of flying around. That's not quite the expression, but when souls struggle to pass on, sometimes they can get stuck, and they're sort of just, you know, here, and they can very easily attach themselves to people who have very, very bright lights. It happens to me quite a lot, so I learned quite early on how to deal with that and how to help move them on. So again, if that's something that appeals to you, I won't be doing a video about that, but please do get in touch and I can talk to you about options how to do that. But you can also have sort of lower vibrational energy. So anything that, again, there's just a magnetic attraction. Obviously, if you're carrying lower vibrational energies in your energy field, it is going to affect you. You know, it can make you feel ill, it can make you feel tired, it can make you feel depressed. It can also affect your emotions and your feelings. So you may find that, you know, you've got, or even your thoughts, you might sort of be feeling one way, think, why on earth, where's this come from? You know, it doesn't really make sense. But actually it's not actually yours, but it is affecting you. So to avoid that happening in the first place, we need to make sure that we are protected. And again, it's very simple to do. There are crystals that you can carry that are specifically for protection. Again, there are essential oils that you can buy. So again, I just recommend do a search and see what you come up with. If you know any, please comment. I know certain companies do special blends. There are sprays that you can buy, you know, to spray your auric field, but really the most simple and effective way is to use visualization. So it's as simple as we talked about sort of standing in, you know, a virtual shower and imagining the water come down on you in the previous video. This technique to protect you is to imagine, so make sure you're grounded and then visualize a bubble of light all around you. And this can be it can be a clear bubble. It doesn't need to be opaque or a certain color, although if you want to make it a certain color, then do. But just make sure that bubble is you're completely enclosed in the bubble, and set the intention that nothing with lower intent or ill intent can pass through. It's sometimes a good idea to put a special symbol on your bubble so that you know it is yours. And that can be anything that is personal to you, like a Reiki symbol or anything, but that's not essential. Another way is visualizing yourself wearing a cloak of protection. And again, that can be silver, it can be see-through, but anything that you are setting the intention that you are protected. This is, at the end of the day, all about intention. You can imagine yourself surrounded by mirrors which are reflecting outwards, so that anything that is sent towards you gets immediately deflected back at the sender. That's quite a powerful one. Make sure it's over the top of your head as well. There's also, you might decide, just going back to things that you can carry or hold, you might have a talisman that you can program to, you know, act as a protector for you. Like I said, it is all about intention. So the visualization technique is really simple, but it works, it's powerful. And if you get into the habit of doing this every day before you kind of go out into, I don't know, real life, out to the public, out to work, or start mixing with other people, then that will become part of your daily practice. And you should notice a difference if you're then coming home at the end of the day, clearing, making sure that anything that you have picked up is released and transmuted. Then I would hope you would start to notice a huge improvement in the way you feel and the way that you deal with life. Obviously people can't see your protection, but they will be able to feel it, so they'll know, you know. So if you're a person that struggles with setting boundaries, or you just let sort of everybody sort of leech your energy, you know, they won't be able to do that. So they may act slightly differently towards you, but don't be put off, because it's just them having to adjust how they behave with you, because obviously they will sense that something's changed. I won't talk a lot about psychic attack, but often people who are very open or who are working with lower vibrational energies can be prone to psychic attack, which again isn't always very pleasant. But if you are protected, then you are very much sort of saying, no, I don't consent to that. So yeah, if that's something that you've experienced or are aware of, then this will really help. So I hope that's useful. I'd love to hear what you think if you try it. If you've got any other ideas, I'm sure there's lots that I haven't mentioned today, so always open to other ideas and suggestions. But yeah, I would thank you for following, and yeah, I shall catch up and be back again soon.